Federal investigators are searching for suspects in an internet fraud case that nearly anyone who's received a suspicious email will recognize. These 6 fugitives are thought to be in the U.S. 80 people in all, most of them from Nigeria, face charges after a 3-year investigation.
At least 11 people total were arrested yesterday in Southern California. They're charged with money laundering, fraud, and identity theft. Prosecutors say millions of dollars were stolen from unsuspecting people online. Jamie Yuccas is tracking the investigation. Jamie, these scammers have become much more sophisticated in recent years. Who are the targets of this alleged scam?
Well, prosecutors say the defendants preyed on everyone from people looking for romance to businesses and the elderly. The investigation began in 2016 with a single bank account and 1 victim. It grew to include dozens of victims in the U.S. and around the world, some who lost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
The common thread is that all of these schemes involve the internet to defraud victims.
Federal authorities took 11 defendants into custody near Los Angeles Thursday as part of what they say is a highly sophisticated crime ring. According to a 252-count indictment, 80 defendants are accused of hacking email accounts to convince businesses and individuals to make bogus payments. The suspects would then funnel that money to Nigeria.
The money launderers routinely went as far as registering fictitious business names with LA County so they could open bank accounts in the fictitious business names.
Prosecutors say the alleged thieves stole $6 million and tried to make off with another $40 million. The suspects also allegedly used online romance scams, similar to the one that Debbie Montgomery Johnson fell victim to in 2010. Now, is this latest bust will send a strong message to criminals thinking of preying on innocent people.
This case is part of our ongoing efforts to protect Americans from fraudulent schemes.
If convicted, all the defendants could face decades in prison. In the days ahead, federal authorities will be working with their foreign counterparts in 9 countries to apprehend nearly 60 additional suspects, Tony.
Defendants involved in what they describe as the largest online fraud scheme in the country that had worldwide implications.
Victims in Colombia, China, the Caribbean, Germany, Japan, Mexico, the United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom.
Based in Nigeria, the FBI says this crime ring also was able to hit 1,000 people who live in Los Angeles and bilk them out of $73 million. And just how fast is this crime growing?
In the first 7 months of this year, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center received nearly 14,000 complaints from victims.
And according to the 145-page indictment, these are the targets. Big corporations, small corporations, mom and pop stores, charity groups, church groups, even lawyers and realtors.
BEC scammers used hacked email accounts to convince businesses or individuals to make payments that were either completely bogus or that should have been otherwise paid to legitimate companies.
The FBI said this was done in 4 steps. The scammers would target the companies, then grooming. That's where they would send out an email or a phone call, usually to the finance department, and then they would start bombarding the financial department. Step 3, they would exchange information. Step 4, the money would be wired. And investigators say it is one of the most sophisticated operations they have ever seen using the internet.
The scammers employ social engineering tactics, spoof websites, or conduct computer intrusions to fraudulently transfer funds.
For the individuals who were caught up in this scam, the FBI has a special name, calling them romance victims, people who were looking for companionship, maybe even love, as they were wiring their money to the scammers.
In some cases, the victims in this case thought they were communicating with U.S. servicemen stationed overseas, when in fact they were emailing with con men.
Who left them with a broken heart and an empty bank account. From downtown Los Angeles, Dave Lopez, CBS 2 News.
I know peace and sabi, oh,